यत् पूर्व्यं मरुतो यत् पूर्व्यं मरुतो यच्च नूतनं यत् पूर्व्यं मरुतो यच्च नूतनं यदुद्यते 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 वसवो वसवो यच्च शस्यते वसवो यच्च शस्यते one vertical line, that's half the mantra. Yat purvyam maruto yaccha nootanam yadudyate vasavo yaccha shasyate vishwasya tasya bhavatha विश्वस्य तस्य भावथा भामहाप्रण था महाप्रण भावथा विश्वस्य तस्य भवथा न वेदसः न वेदसः शुभं याताम् यातामनु शुभम यातामनु रथा अवृत्सत शुभम यातामनु रथा अवृत्सत 2 vertical lines, end of the mantra. विश्वस्य तस्य भवथा न वेदसः शुभम यातामनुरथा अवृत्सत. Veda 5.55.8 Rigveda 5.55.8 5th mandala 55th sukta 8th mantra Rigveda. So there are 3 words which are in 2 words which are in vocative case. Marutaha 3 Marutaha, Vasavaha and Navedasaha. Yes, 3 words are there which are in the vocative case, which is addressed to this, and those who are addressed, they are called by 3 words. Marutaha, Vasavaha, Navedasaha. The whole mantra is addressed to them. Marutaha, before that, 1 or 2 words we have to split it. Yat puryam maruto yaccha, yat cha, yaccha, yat cha. Nootanam yat udyate, yadudyate, yat udyate. Vasavaha yaccha shasyate, yat cha shasyate, yat cha shasyate. Vishwasya tasya bhavata na vedasaha. विश्वस्य तस्य भवथा न वेदसः शुभम याताम अनु शुभम याताम अनु रथा अवृत्सत. So simple, not complicated. Marutaha. Mring pranatyage. Marutaha mring pranatyage. Pranatyage. That is, those who are in the cycle of birth and death. Those who are in the cycle of birth and death. That is one meaning. Another meaning of the same word Marut is one who is a martyr. Martyr. M-A-R-T-Y-R. Martyr. So do you find any similarity in sound? Marut, martyr. The ancient language. Oh, cut it. The most ancient language of the world is Vedic language, and its influence you can see in all the languages, ancient and present. So many times I have asked you this question: do you find any similarity? Does it sound similar? Yes, this also one such. Marut, martyr. That is, one who is prepared to shed his life for a cause. He is called as a martyr. So it is possible for a human being. They can identify causes, and for a good cause, they don't mind even shedding their life, even they are sacrificing their lives. So that is Marut. One who is in the birth and death cycle, number one. Number two, one who is ready to sacrifice for the sake of a good cause. Now, small clarification. We have heard of jihadists nowadays very much. They are also ready to shed their life for some cause. But they cannot be called as maruts or martyrs, because they are ready to sacrifice their life while killing others. But here, they are ready to sacrifice their life while saving lives. There's a basic difference between a martyr and a terrorist or a jihadi. But one more thing we should know. Actual meaning of the word jihadi, according to their own Quran and other things, it is to fight with the inner enemies. What we were discussing in the previous mantra. Ulukayatum Shushulakam, they're all internal enemies. So the jihad actually, they ask them to fight against their inner enemies, Arishadvarga. But they have misunderstood it and they have made it external. It is an internal fight, it's an internal war. That they have changed it to an external war, and for some paltry, ignorant reasons, they kill people and say they are jihadis. It's totally wrong. And they can never be called as martyrs, but they claim that they are martyrs. So this is a distorted version of the word martyr or jihadi according to them. But here it's very clear, those who are ready to sacrifice their lives for a cause while saving lives, not while killing lives. So this difference should be very clear. And this concept of a martyr is essential for the upkeep and balance and welfare of the society. There should be some people, because sometimes there will be so many onslaughts on the society. And if the society takes the onslaught straight, the whole society and the social fabric will be disturbed. So there will be some people who stand in the first line and take the blow, and they sacrifice their lives, and the society will be saved. All the other people will be saved. So such people want it. It could be anyone, it could be anyone. But specifically we have a group, who take this upon themselves wholeheartedly, and they are the people who are the sannyasa ashrama. They are not supposed to build much, They're not supposed to build organizations and stick on to them. They are such martyrs. Their special duty is that. They're meant for that. Though the word is used in the wrong sense, in the positive sense, they are like suicide squad for protecting the society. The positive sense. Usually the suicide squad word is used for the terrorists or jihadis. No, they are not like that. Not with that negative tinge, it's a positive tinge I'm telling. Now, it is very clear, while taking sannyasa ashrama, they take certain oaths. One of them is, I shall stand in the first row and receive the blow and protect the society. That's one of the oaths what they take during sannyasa ashrama, along with other four. In a nutshell, I will tell it. The first one is, they say, I am not after money. It is called as vittaishana. Love and desire for money, vittaishana. I am not for it. I am leaving it. Vittaishana. Desire for money. Second one is lokaishana. Lokaishana. Love and desire for fame. I am not after fame. Praise, stuti, I am not after it. Whether people praise me or blame me, it's the same for me. I am above it. It's not just words that are chanted, but the person should feel it. And he should have made it his part and parcel of life. Third one is putraishana. Putra is only representative, upalakshana. Putraishana means the bondage of relationships. My wife, my son, my daughter, my money, my this, my that. No, that my is gone. Everything is mine or nothing is mine. Everyone is my relative or nobody is my relative. Both mean the same thing, in effect. So there is a declaration what he makes while taking sannyasa ashrama. Makes very clear that I am above, I have left this vittaishana, lokaishana, putraishana. Then the fourth oath he takes is, I am a resort to everyone. I give peace. Nobody need fear me. Anybody who wants some solace, wants some shelter, wants some soothing environment, I am open to them. They can come here. The place where I live, the place where I move, I am for peace. I am for love. And anybody can rely for that on me. Abhaya, it's called as Abhaya. Abhaya and peace are one and the same. They're two faces of the same coin. Abhaya. Everybody gets Abhaya from me. And the last one is this. Whenever there is a blow on the humanity, on the society, on the creatures, I shall stand first and take the blow, even if it is at the cost of my life. And I protect everyone else. And it's very natural for a person who is in the generally, that is when we follow the ashrama principle regularly, the sannyasa ashrama, the person will be at the last phase of life. Has seen life sufficiently, has performed all his duties in brahmacharya ashrama, grihastha ashrama and vanaprastha, and now he is not afraid of death. He is so matured and he is prepared to even shed his life for the sake of the society. And he is a sannyasi. So he is also sometimes referred to as Marut. The one who is prepared to become a martyr, the one who is prepared to sacrifice his life for the sake of the society. So Marut is one who is in the birth and death cycle, number one. Number two, one is prepared to sacrifice his life, general, particular, a Parivrajaka, a sannyasi. Anybody could be a Marut. It happens. We have seen Even in the latest Republic Day, they have granted this bravery award to so many people, to some people who are alive and some people posthumously. What are those bravery awards? They are all people who are maruts, martyrs. And we will be hearing day in, day out, our soldiers sacrificing their life. They are all martyrs. During our independence, it was in lakhs. Maruts were in lakhs. Very ordinary people. They were not parivrajakas. They were not sannyasis. Ordinary people. They all sacrificed their life. That is, every person has an instinct to sacrifice his life for the sake of the lives of others. So every one of us, we can be rightly called as maruts. Some may get an opportunity, some may not. Some may run away from an opportunity, some may not. But everyone may have an offer, may have an opportunity that we can always sacrifice our lives for a greater cause, beyond selfishness. So we are all maruts. So this mantra is addressed to maruts who are in the birth and death cycle, who can be martyrs and who decide to be martyrs, like the sannyasis. All this we have to understand here. Marutaha, Vasavaha, Vasa Nivase. That's the root. Vasu iti Aishwarya Nama. Under meaning. Vasa Nivase. Vasuriti Aishwarya Nama. This Aishwarya is there in this globe, therefore this globe is called as Vasundhara. We call this whole globe as Vasundhara, this earth as Vasundhara, because it holds a lot of wealth in it. Vasu is wealth. You have heard of the word Vasundhara, and it is used for the earth, the globe. The actual meaning of it is this. It is the richest, it holds a lot of treasure in it. So it's called as Vasundhara. Vasanivase, that is the one which resides. So in the Sharira Indriya Manas resides the Atma, Satchit, that is called as Vasavaha, plural. So all those Atmans are residents of the Sharira Indriya Manas. Vasavaha. And without this shelter or without this tool, this Jivatman cannot function. It's a limitation of the Jivatman. It needs a tool to express itself and to experience. Vasavaha, those who are residents, not in a flat, not in a house, but in Sharira Indriya Manas, primarily. Vasavaha. Navedasaha. Vidignane. Navedasaha. Vidignane. Vedasa, those who know. Navedasa, those who don't know. We are all Alpajñas. We are all Alpajñas. Only that Satchidananda is Sarvajña, can be rightly called as Sarvajña, omniscient. Of course, we all know things, right? But what we know is too little. There are so many things we don't know, we are ignorant of. There are so many things that are yet to know. Navedasaha. But okay, that's not a negative factor, that's a reality, that's all. It's not that you are ignorant, you are a fool, you are an idiot. No, it's not like that. Your knowledge is limited, that's all. So when you know that our knowledge is limited, two things will happen. One, I will not become egoistic and say, I know everything. I'll be humble. I will always feel that, yes, I know very little. There are so many things which I am yet to know. So that humility will be there, number one. Number two is, I will always be in a learning mode. I'll have an open mind. and say, yes, this is what I know, there are so many things I want to know, let me know it. And I'll be continuously trying to expand the horizon of my knowledge. Two things will happen. One thing, I will not become arrogant, saying that I know everything. Number two, I will always be in a learning mode and know more and more things. Both things are having positive effect on our life, our attitude towards life. So, to have such a positive effect, they are using the word navedasa. It is not to condemn us that you don't know nothing, you don't know anything. No, it's not for that. It's not in the negative, but it's purely in the positive way to result in these two things. One is non-arrogance, and the other one is learning. Continuous learning. Navedasaha. Hey, Marutaha. Hey, Vasavaha. Hey, Navedasaha. Now, something is given for you to understand. What is that? Vishwasya tasya bhavatha. Vishwasya tasya bhavatha. Vishwasya Vishildra Vyaptau Bhavata Bhusatayam. You be to those all things. You be to those all things. Or let those things be for you. You take all these things. All is Vishwasya, Tasya those, Bhavata be to it. Be to all of them. It's all for you, hold on to them. Vishwasya Tasya Bhavata. Vishwasya Tasya Bhavata. It's all for you, hold on to all of them. Be to all those things. What are they? What are they? Yat Purvyam. Yat Purvyam. Purvyam is Purva iti Purana Nama. Purana is not epic. Purana, it is referred to as something which is Sanatana, which is eternal, which is time-tested, old. Which is old and time-tested to those thoughts and knowledge, guidelines. Yat Purvyam, Cha, and Yat Nutanam, that which is the latest, that is most modern. Now it doesn't always confine itself to old is gold. No. There could be so many wonderful things in the latest discoveries also. So don't say old is gold and I'm not concentrating on the latest things. No. This blunder is done in one of the greatest religions of the world. They say Muhammad Paigambar is the last prophet. Afterwards, nobody is there to guide us. That's ultimate. After Prophet Muhammad had come along nearly 1,500 years, and we don't have any guide. And whatever the latest developments are there, whatever improvements are there, yes, we are all ignorant to it. That's what they speak of. Unfortunate. Knowledge is always dynamic. It is not static. It doesn't stop anywhere. We may stop. Our life may come to an end. But the flow of knowledge moves and moves and moves on. That's the nature of knowledge. That's the nature of things, the world. So we have got a lot of new things. That's one way of understanding it. Another thing is, what is old, what I refer to, that itself is new every day. That's another way of understanding it. You may say it is old. You may say it is time-tested. Purana, Sanatana. The same Sanatana thing, the same Purvyam is as fresh as something new. That's another way of thinking about it. Now, how do you understand it? That means that Sanatana knowledge, that Purana knowledge, Purana, once again I repeat, it's not this epic Ashtadasha Purana. I'm not speaking of the Purana, means something which is old and time tested. That's the very meaning of the word. So, those time tested, age old things are as fresh as new, because they are for all times, sarvakalika, a whole good for all times. You cannot say it is old, because as new and fresh, which is applicable today also, even tomorrow, even 1,000 years to come. Because it is sarvakalika, because it has got that nature of being relevant to any time, that itself is nutanam. What is old is fresh also, just because of its quality of being sarvakalika, that which is relevant at all times. Yat puryam cha yat nutanam. The same thing. What is purya? What is navina? Both are not different. They are the same. Because they transcend the limitations of time. They are not bound by time. They are not affected by time. Kalatita. So that Kalatita is referred to as Yat Puryam cha Yat Nutanam. So the result of it, it is beyond time. It holds good for all times, it is relevant always. It never becomes irrelevant. Thousands of years ago, it was relevant. Now, relevant. After thousands of years in future, they will be relevant. That's the nature of it. You may be surprised what they are. Very simple. That's what we are all discussing day in, day out. The Vedas, yes. Whatever you got in the Vedas, they are all Purvyam cha Nutanam. Not to be believed. We have studied so many things. You see there, any Veda mantra, any piece of the Veda mantra, is it bound by time or does it hold good for all times? Any piece, what we have discussed so far. You can check it. There is no element of time in it. There is no parameter like time in that. It's above that. It holds good always. There's a law. There's a cosmic law. There's a rule in the nature. There's a rule in the spiritual world. It holds good always. Yat purvyam maruto yat chanutanam yat udyatah yat udyatah. Udyatah it is Vada Vektayam Vachi, that's the root. Udyatah. Vada Vakta. Vada Vektayam Vachi. The words spoken. Whenever we speak of words spoken, we always think of words that take the form of sound. So I am talking. It is in the form of sound and you are listening in the form of sound. Fine. This is also Vak Vadati. That's the verb we use. They talk. Vadami. Okay, it's all fine. But here, it doesn't restrict itself to something which is converted into the form of sound. It's not the word that is uttered. It's the word that originates inside us. They are particular about this. There is also Vada Vyaktayam Vachi. So we have got words spoken which are unheard to the external ear. It is to the internal ear. So what is that? The words we listen in our hearts, in our internal recesses. In the heart of our hearts, we are able to listen to so many things. And if we find out who is the speaker, that is the Satchidananda. Yes. Satchidananda resides everywhere. External, internal. And the nearest place, the closest place where he is with us and talks to us is in us. We are able to listen to his words if we are alert enough. If we are deaf, no, he is not talking to us. The problem is with us, but he always talks and guides. You may call it as Antasakshi. That's a word they use sometimes. Antasakshi. The one which is in us. Now to listen to the words of that inner speaker. And to achieve it is what we call it as meditation. So close all our eyes. We block everything external. We go into us and try to understand a subject, a situation, whatever it is. We try to analyze it in ourselves. All external things are blocked. And when you concentrate on that, yes, concentration is a prerequisite for dhyana. Dharana is concentration. Dhyana is, after concentration, focusing it, still a greater concentration. Yes, we get a flash. Yes, is it not like this? That flash is what is called as the word spoken by that Satya. We should open our ears, the inner ears, concentrate on it and try to listen. We get the answer. So that is Yadudyate. Vada Vyaktayam Vachi. That walk is called as Upadesha. We get the Upadesha. We get the Upadesha. We realize it. We realize it in ourselves. The word spoken is a very rough word. So we realize what it is. And that realization, that inner realization, Jnanodaya is Yadudyate. It is a guideline given by that Satya. That is Jnanodaya. We realize the truth. We realize the facts. We realize what is what. We try to understand things as it is. One very big problem for achieving this is, number one, we are arrogant, we say we know everything. That's a problem. That's a hurdle. Another problem is, lot of our impressions in the form of samskaras come in the way. We can call all those samskaras as working as prejudices. That's another problem. Now in yoga, they discuss about this and they say, you identify your prejudices and push them aside. Be free from your prejudices, your samskaras. Samskaras will be there. But what you can do at best is, you can handle your samskaras and command them to keep quiet for some while. Yogaha chitta vritti nirodhaha. You can control them, you can command them. You can tell them, you have no place here. Don't play. Please keep quiet. So to make all our samskaras dormant, silent, then the real voice you will be able to hear. That is what Yadudyate. Is there always. But because of our samskaras, because of our prejudices, and because of our insensitiveness, we are not able to listen to it. We have become deaf. But once you open our inner ears, block all the other things. Then blocking is what is called as yoga. Yoga chitta vritti nirodhaha. Block them, control them, command them. Yes. That faint anda will become louder and will be able to listen to it. Yadudyate. We cannot be arrogant. We have to understand that our knowledge is limited. We are not omniscient. We are all alpajnas. Sarvajna, that word is befitting to only one entity called Satchidananda. That's the end of it. One Satchidananda. That one Satchidananda only is eligible to be called as Sarvajna. And that Sarvajna is speaking in us, in every one of us. They are deaf because there are a lot of disturbance in the form of samskaras and a lot of disturbances because of our running after everything external, because this voice is an internal voice, inner voice. So if we block all those flowing of our energy externally, close it, block it, and turn inwards, and inwards there are so many hurdles like our prejudices and samskaras, command them, keep them under control. Now we are able to listen. The inner voice. Yadudyate. Though it's a small sentence, yet udyate, it has got so much of implication, so much of things to understand. Only when it is done, those words can be heard, not otherwise. Yad puryam, marutaha, yachanutanam, yadu. All this is addressed to marutaha, vasavaha, navedasaha. He marutaha, he vasavaha, he navedasaha, vishwasya tasya bhavata. You be to them, you be to those things. What are those? One is yat puryam, second one yat chanutanam, third one yadudyate. So let us ponder over all these things, and the rest of the mantra we will see in the next session.